went to give a speech down on Iowa State's campus some years ago, and I thought, well, I should go look and see what's coming on in. And so I went to the Iowa State website, and I just, because of the subject matter of the, well, it was a debate, not a speech. Because of the subject matter, I typed in multicultural, and it came back to me at the time 59 different multicultural groups listed to operate on campus at Iowa State. It started with Asians, and it ended with Zeitgeist. And so from A to Z, and most of them were victims groups, victimology, people that feel sorry for themselves, and they're out there recruiting our young people to be part of the group that feels sorry for themselves. And so just imagine this. I mean, it's already started there. That campus is about as good as you're going to get for a Regents institution. And I mean, it's an engineering and ag school, and that matches me really well. But think of 59 card tables set up across the parking lot on the way to the dorm. And you go off to college, your eyes are wide, you've just been out of high school, you've had your last summer of really no responsibility fun perhaps, and you pick up your bags and your luggage and you walk across that parking lot, and the first group says, well, you're a victim that fits us. We want to help you. Why don't you join us? And then the next one, the next one, the next one. You're going to probably join one of those groups or more of them before you get to Zeitgeist. And then you're brought into a group of people that have a grievance against society rather than understand there's a tremendous blessing in this society. I sat down and read through, I haven't had the privilege to read all of David Horowitz's book, but I know him, I count him as a friend, and I've read some of them. And, but I sat down once, and it took me a week to go through it, and I read all of the writings that I could find anyway of Antonio Gramsci. And he was the president of the Communist Party in Italy from 1919 until 1926. Famous for writing Prison Notebook, but many others. And I mean, he was really the father of multiculturalism. And so he made the argument that Karl Marx was right in his broader theory, but wrong in the details, that the proletariats would never rise up against the bourgeoisie effectively because they needed the bourgeoisie for their jobs. That being, of course, the working man versus the investment class. And so he said that they needed to find victims groups, and then that way if they had a common sense of being victimized, they would have a stronger resistance towards the establishment, and then you could bundle up these victims groups and they together could overthrow the establishment. That was Gramsci's, and he was the original founder of this, and then Alinsky figured out Gramsci, let's see, Marx wrote the manifesto, Gramsci came with the multiculturalism victimology, and when you read him, he's actually brilliant if you can put yourself in the mindset of the other side. And then Alinsky came along and said, here's the tactics we're going to use. That's the sequence that we're faced with in this country, and that's what I'd like to have every college student know before they arrive. Of course, we've got a ways to go.